Operation Africa, a fascinating story that continues to inspire us today. A podcast to celebrate our history, share the present, and walk together toward the future. Produced on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of the Gen Movement, the new generations of the Focolare movement. Produced by the International Center. Chapter 4, Together for New Africa with Melchior Nsavyimana.
Hello, I'm Dario, Agent 2 from Colombia. In the previous episodes, we heard how, in the heart of the forest of Fontem, a dream was born, one that would go on to inspire young people around the world. A seed planted more than 60 years ago, which grabbed roots to courageous choice, journeys, and a story lived together across continents. Today, we meet Melchior Nsavyimana, originally from Burundi, a political science researcher and lecturer dedicated to the formation and development of young leadership in Africa. Starting from the same desire to build a more united world, he helped launch a new project, Together for a New Africa, while he is a student at the Sofia University Institute in Ljubljana. An initiative born from the heart of young people looking at Africa with new eyes and carrying the same passion as those who, many years ago, started it all. Hi Melchior, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Melchior, today, Together for New Africa is a living and growing reality. Can you tell us what this project is and how it started in your own journey?
Thank you very much for your question. Together for a New Africa is indeed a reality today, but it has been a long journey. It began in 2014 when we were students at Sofia University. A group of young Africans started asking ourselves many questions. What contribution could we make to our continent? How could we contribute to peace and unity by bringing the values of unity that we had learned at Sofia? So we started meeting as a small group. We were about 15 students from 12 different countries, and we said to ourselves, maybe this idea of unity that we are learning is something we should share with other young Africans. So we took the first steps and began reaching out to anyone who could help us, especially the Focolare movement and its organizations. We then went to Africa to meet young people, while also trying to work alongside other initiatives that were already active on the continent. The unique aspect of Together for a New Africa was that it was born from young Africans themselves who felt a strong desire to bring this experience to their continent. That is how Together for a New Africa was born. I am one of those young people who felt called to be part of it and decided to follow this path from the very beginning, from 2014 until today. I have fallen in love with this project and I have remained involved together with many other young people.
Now that we know how this journey began, let's go deeper into the heart of the Together for New Africa. Operation Africa showed that young people could feel like protagonists of a great dream, even from far. Today, however, Together for a New Africa aims to form new generation of African leaders. In what way does this project carry forward that same spirit while responding to the needs and challenges of our time?
When Operation Africa began, it was mainly directed toward young people of the Focolare movement, the Gen, the Youth for a United World, and others. Together for a New Africa has followed the same path and carries the same spirit, but it has opened itself to young people who had never been in contact with the ideal of unity or with the Focolare movement, and this has borne many fruits. Today, among the young people involved, some come from the Focolare movement, while others knew nothing about it before joining Together for a New Africa. Those of us who started the project had been inspired by the experience of Operation Africa, so in a way it is a continuation of that journey, but expressed through a new language. By new language, I mean that we bring this vision into the reality of the African continent, addressing the context and challenges that young Africans face today. Because we speak their language and understand their struggles, they feel drawn to work together in finding solutions. Over the years, we have seen this clearly. We started with 7 countries and today we are present in 14. How did we grow from 7 to 14 countries? Because young people and even adults kept asking us, "This project speaks to us. Why can't we be part of it, too?" And their answer was simple. The doors are open. So they joined and today they are true protagonists of this project. Some of them already knew the Focolare movement, while others had never had any connection with it. Many now tell about experiences they have lived through the project, and when I ask, "How did you come to know the Focolare movement?" they answer, "Through Together for a New Africa." They were attracted by what experience they become deeply involved. Today, they feel that this is their own project. It is no longer necessary for me to explain what Operation Africa was or what spirit inspired it. They understand it because we speak about the reality, their challenges, and the solutions we seek together. We work to develop the leadership rooted in the context of their villages and local communities. That for me is the connection between the dream which once seemed far away that what we are living today. It is a dream that continues to call people, including a new generation. They may never have known Operation Africa, but through Together for a New Africa, they too discover that they can be protagonists.
In your answer, you highlight something very important, the challenge facing Africa today. That leads us to our final question on this topic. Looking at Africa today, what do you see as the most important urgent challenge that need to do address together? And how can a project like Together for New Africa help young people become builders of unity, responsibility, and hope in their own countries?
The challenges facing Africa today are many, but one of the biggest is conflict. In many of these conflicts, young people are at the center. Whether we are talking about terrorism, civil wars, migration-related insecurity, or political instability, everywhere we look, we see young people playing a key role. At the same time, Africa is a very young continent. It has an enormous youth population full of energy and potential. But if that energy is not guided in a positive direction, it can become a threat to the continent itself. The question is, what can we do with the strength, creativity, and capacity of these young people? Because young people can be mobilized for good, but also for destructive purposes. If you look at many armed group and civil conflicts, the majority of those involved are young people. Our conviction is that if we can guide and inspire young people with a vision of unity and a constructive vision for society, then they can become a powerful force for the future of Africa. If their energy is not directed towards peace and unity, it can become a serious obstacle to development and to a brighter future for the continent. From the beginning, this was clear to us, but today it is even clearer. By forming young people and helping them understand their role in the development and unity of their countries, their communities, and the continent as a whole, we are helping to shape the future, and we can already see the results through small but meaningful initiatives. I could speak about Burkina Faso, Benin, Uganda, or Madagascar. In all these places, young people are helping other young people understand how to face today's challenges, how to set priorities, and how to work together with local community. What is important is that the change is coming from within. It is not someone arriving from outside and telling them what to do. They themselves are taking responsibility and leading the process. For example, in Madagascar, young people are helping others find directions in their studies, their professional lives, and their commitment to society. Their focus is on schools and universities, where they meet a large number of students and encourage them to reflect on their future and their responsibilities. Today, these young people are becoming role models and leaders in their villages and communities. These may seem like small initiatives, but they are giving direction and hope to the entire communities. Today, we are present in 14 countries. Tomorrow, could it be at 50? I do not know, but what I do know is that these young people are becoming builders of unity wherever they are, and they are bringing hope to the continent. Another important aspect is that we have always believed in working together with others. Because of that spirit, it has become easier to connect with young people from other initiatives and organizations. Some had lost motivation or felt tired, but now new relationships and collaborations are emerging. It is no longer only the founders who are driving the project. At the local level, young people themselves feel called to work with parishes, civil society organizations, and many other groups. We can see a new path opening up, and our role is to accompany it. So far, we have completed 2 training cycles. Participants from both cycles have come together in their countries and created legally recognized local associations. They now have structures that allow them to continue their work independently. We who started the project continue to encourage them, but they no longer depend on us. They have matured and taken ownership of the mission. For me, this is one of the clearest signs of success. It shows that if we continue encouraging these young people, the positive changes will continue to grow and become increasingly visible.
Thank you very much for your testimony, Melchior.
Thank you.
As we listen to these stories, we realize that this is not as simply a past to be remembered, but a life that continues to generate new choice, relationships, and new begins. From Fontem to present day, there are the many young people who said, yes, this experience has crossed borders, cultures, and generations. Today, through new initiatives and new protagonists, that same experience continues to live, to grow, and to take shape in ever new ways. Throughout these 4 podcast episodes of Operation Africa, as we commemorate with love, unity, and safeguarding the 60th anniversary of the birth of the Gen movement. And finally, after the armed conflict in the English-speaking region of Cameroon, the Fontaine Hospital and School have reopened and continue to bring hope to many people. Today, more than 250 students attend the college, which will celebrate the 60th anniversary of its foundation in December 2026. After the armed conflict in the English-speaking region of Cameroon, the Fontaine Hospital and School have reopened and continue to bring hope to many people. Today, more than 250 students attend the college, which will celebrate the 60th anniversary of its foundation in December 2026. We invite you to support this renewal through the Commission of Goods. No contribution is too small. You will find the donation link in the description.
C'è una piccola città in Africa, proprio in mezzo alla foresta, proprio così. Gli abitanti del villaggio, lo sai, fan di tutto per amare come Gesù.